Finally, we've had some technical problems. Hello, everybody. This is the amazing Gull. I'm going to let you introduce yourself in a minute. Money mindset expert and member of my LinkedIn mastermind. Go for it. You introduce yourself to my audience.
Welcome, everyone. It's Gull Khan here, and thank you so much for the introduction, Helen. I am a money mindset expert. I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through the money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. My past clients have manifested up to $830,000 within 8 weeks of working with me. And my most recent success story is one of my clients who cleared $150,000 worth of debt within 6 weeks. That's an awesome story.
Nice. I've got some stories around debt and money mindset myself. Yeah, so tell us a bit about your story then to get these great results. So give us like the edited highlights of you from, I don't know, school to now in like 3 minutes.
So in a nutshell, my background is I'm a lawyer here in the UK. So I'm a barrister with the Middle Temple. I'm also a New York attorney, and I'm one of the rare breeds that I'm also a solicitor with the England and Wales Law Society. However, I'm not practicing as a lawyer in any jurisdiction at all. I'm working as a money mindset expert. Now, how did I get here? I started off with, researching and knowing about manifestation. Actually, initially it was just personal development when I first picked up the first book by Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. And then I went on and, researched and learned about the success strategies and so forth. I found out during my university days that I'm severely dyslexic, so doing a law degree and being dyslexic doesn't really help at all. So anyway, that's what started my journey on this personal development. However, I mean, I've been very successful. I set myself a target at the age of when I was about 23, that by the time I was 30, I was going to be a millionaire. And when I hit 28, I became a property millionaire. So I did hit my targets. Now, from someone who was, comes from a banking finance background in the legal field, used to earning close to 6 figures in my mid-20s, when I started the family, I decided to take a break and I became a stay-at-home mom, which is all good, nothing extravagant, nothing extraordinary. However, what happened to me, what transpired afterwards, actually became extraordinary. Now, the reason why I became a money mindset expert and why my focus has become completely around money was because what happened to me. So I went at the age of pretty much my mid to late 30s. I actually manifested my mother's exact life. Now, what was that? I became, from someone who was earning 6 figures, I went on to live with my 2 children, became a single mom to 2 children, living in a very poor part of London. I grew up in the East London. I grew up in a council estate. My mother left my father when he remarried, and the similarities were just astonishing. My mother left my father when he remarried. The woman he remarried was 16 years younger than my mother. And when I left my partner, I caught him cheating. The girl he had an affair with was 16 years younger than me, exactly. She was 20 and I was 36 at the time. And I had 2 children. My mother had 2 children. I was youngest. I was 5 years old. My son was 5 years old. She was a maths professor in Pakistan. Over here, she came and lived in very poor part of London and was actually working on very low income. I, at that time, had now left my job, had been out of the legal field for 10 years. And for a short amount of time, I was on welfare and I was considering it back to work, but it was going to be very low income. Again, the similarities were absolutely shocking. And I didn't realize this. That's the funny thing is I actually didn't realize this, that I had done. One of my aunts, funny enough, these aunties, she turned around and said to me, "Oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. You've made the exact same life that, exact same thing happened to you that happened to your mother." When she said that, that's when I thought, huh? What did you just say? And I realized that I had just used the law of attraction in my own life in the exact opposite way to the way I wanted. I was now a single mom to 2 children living on welfare in a very poor part of London. Does it make sense? It's just manifesting mom's life. I thought, oh my God. But that was the best thing that could have happened. Because you know what, Helen? If you can manifest something that you don't want, you can manifest something that you want just as easily. And that's what I realized. And that led me on the path of making money my focus and making sure that money was never an issue. And I did. And within the space of 3 years, I started my business about just under 2 years ago. I crossed 6 figures within 18 months of starting my business.
Amazing. What a great story. Okay, cool. So I love a good story like that. It's like Rocky. So you came back from that, which is fantastic. So now you run, how does it work? How does your business work? So you're a money mindset expert. So how do people get involved in you and in your world?
Well, the great question. So there's a number of ways, but I mean, I've stopped doing, my business literally blew up when I picked up this, when I had this epiphany. Initially, I was trying to build my business up online because I didn't want to go back to the legal front. I didn't want to go into the legal world because I thought, for two reasons. One, I didn't enjoy the legal world as much, and two, I didn't want to leave my kids and go back to the 80-90 hour week that I had, which is normal for a corporate world, as you will be well aware.
Well, Wes, I watch Suits. They're always late. Aren't working late, aren't they?
Gosh, seriously, they are literally that. I mean, especially the corporate world and high-end one where I'm from. We used to sleep in the offices. Seriously, there's beds there. You know, there's showers and there's beds there, right? Because when there's a big transaction going on, you are there 24/7, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's no way that I could have that kind of lifestyle with two young children, right? So that was my first motivation, my one and my only motivation. But also because I felt that I wanted to set up a business. Until then, while I stayed at home mom, I wasn't like I wasn't doing anything. I tried to set up multiple businesses, but I failed. I failed one after the other. And it's only when I did my research I realized I got stuck on what's called toxic money. Now, when you have toxic money, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how talented you are, doesn't matter what capabilities you have, what skills you have, you will not make money. You will cause self-sabotage. You will put everything together. It's like putting all the puzzle pieces together and the last piece is missing. And by the time you get to it, you sabotage the whole puzzle. That's what toxic money does to you. And that's what I realized I had in my life, which had developed when I was, because of all the abuse that I put up with. So when you are in that situation, when you have toxic money, and the question would be, what's toxic money? Toxic money is money where you actually need for survival. When you actually need that money for your bread and butter and for your very survival, but the source is coming from is very, very toxic. It's very, very abusive, as it was in my situation. And when you are in that situation, you need that money to survive, but you hate that money. And you get into a really toxic relationship with money. And that's where I was. But once I cleared that, I started doing one-to-one coaching, and that took off. I mean, as soon as I cleared my toxic money, my business shut up. My one-to-one coaching just took off, and I thought, okay, I couldn't handle it. And then I started doing the group coaching, and I stopped the one-to-one because I didn't have the time for it anymore. So now I do a lot of group coaching programs, and I have a high-end mastermind, and I am starting a new program all around money mindset. And for everyone, making sure that every single person can actually have access to the information. Plus, I do a lot of lives, a lot of free content, so that I know there's loads of people out there who actually need the help and they are unable to afford my services because I am high end now. But I want to provide and give back as much as possible because I really believe money is not an issue. You can make money very, very easily. And one of my mantras, which I picked up from one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, is, money comes to me easily and effortlessly through multiple sources, increasing quantity and space, and it really, really does. When you believe that, it really does, and that's what I do.
It is a shift, isn't it? And that toxic money thing is really powerful because you don't just mean toxic money from toxic people. You mean toxic money because it's toxic to you. You're in a toxic situation, or it could be coming from toxic clients or the toxic work. So I do a lot of work around my value, joy, profit triangle and how joy is so important because if you're not getting that joy, none of it really sort of works. And is that the kind of thing that you mean when you're desperate and you need that money to survive, you end up doing things that, whether it's work or, behaving in a way or staying in a relationship or whatever it might be, that it's not on the right kind of vibration. And then that money that you attracting isn't the right kind of money. Is my client I talked about. You carry on talking while I let them in. Tell us about the other kind of money.
All right, so actually, while Helen goes off to let her client in, I actually will talk about, and Helen's actually on point with that. It doesn't get to toxic that quickly. To get to toxic, it really has to be where you are loathing the money that you're getting, but you need it for your survival. So that's when you get to toxic money. But there's variations between that. So while she goes away, I'll talk about the different vibrations of money, which I think are essential for everyone to understand. So I always say that I'm the most passionate and the most enthusiastic person when it comes to money, but I talk about high vibration money. Yes. And so the question then is, well, what do you mean? What do I mean by the different vibrations of money? So let's start. So what you're talking about there, Helen, was the toxic money, and that's the worst kind possible. But even before that, there are other variations of money. And let's start with the low vibration money. So low vibration money is money that you get when you are actually frauding someone, cheating someone, and you are actually causing someone harm. This could be white collar crime, blue collar crime, robbing the bank, robbing someone, or just even frauding insurances, whatever, anything that and also, this is also the kind of money when you have greed. Greed is a very low vibration. If you entangle greed with money, it becomes very low vibration. So this is low vibration money. And most people have, the root of all evil is the greed, is money. Actually, it's no. The root of all evil is the greed of money. And actually, I've got my own, one line. I say the root of all evil is the lack of money. Right, so that's my if you look at any situation, that's what the case is. And a lot of people who don't have much money, who are unfortunately stuck in this poverty areas, there's a lot of the crime that breeds out there because they attract a lot of low vibration money. Okay, so that's that. Then we come into medium vibration money. I think this is where most of your clients will be stuck. And I loved your joy value trying, because it just fitted in with this model so well. This is where I call it medium vibration money. So this is the money which you earn honestly. So most corporate people or people who have clients, they're doing something that they don't enjoy doing, but they are doing honestly. They are getting high vibration money because it's honest money. It's money earned honestly. Yet it becomes it's neutralized with the emotions. So people who are stuck in the corporate backgrounds, people who are stuck in with clients that they don't like, things like that, those emotions neutralize the positive effect of earning honest earning, right? And that becomes neutral. Now it's neutral initially, but if your feelings for that client or if your feeling for that job becomes more and more not toxic so much, but you're more and more anxious and you're more and more angry about it, the more negative feelings you have around that job or that client, the stronger those feelings, that neutralizes that even more, and it becomes more and more negative. That is a problem. So that joy value is so important, because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, even if you're earning honest money, which is actually really high vibration money, you will lower the vibration anyway.
Just about your own emotions around the situation.
Exactly.
You can feel that changing as well, can't you?
Yeah.
You can start a business and you can start to fall out of love with it. Yeah. And that's what you mean, that you're still earning the money, but it just doesn't feel the same, and you don't appreciate the same, and therefore you don't attract as much of it and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Money always starts off with being very high vibration. It only lowers its vibration depending on the emotions and everything else attached to it. So, example, low vibrations, because if you're doing crime or any sorts of crime, you've got low vibration anyway. So it lowers the vibration. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, we have really horrible clients, or you hate your boss, your colleagues, even if you I think jobs become monotonous. You're like, is this it? Is this it? Kind of a thing. And when you have those emotions, again, lowers the vibration of money. Now, the best vibration, the high vibration money, is what you and I do. And it's when you love what you do. You can do it all day long. It's not work. It's like, I haven't worked for the last 18 months because I love what I do. Yeah. I love talking to my clients. I love talking to you. And I know I've been in your group, and I know how much you enjoy it. You work really hard. So you are in that group pretty much 24/7. But it's not work, right? You love what you do. Exactly. You're helping your clients and making sure they get the results. That is the best form. So that's what I think which is a great situation, where you love what you do. So every penny you're charging me, I'm getting 10 times value back. So you're happy providing the service, I'm happy paying. Guess what? That is the best and highest form of vibration. And not only does that bring you abundance in your bank account, but also because I'm a happy client, it brings abundance in your life, in your relationships, in your health, because overall you're happy. And if you go by David Hawkins, from his book Power versus Force, he talks about the different vibrations of state. To be, love is about 500. But joy and above is about over 650. So, and it getting to 1,000, you're a saint, right? So if you're happy and joyous, your vibration around 650. So imagine if you are in that constant state while you're working, which is majority of the time, by the way, because we all, when we're working, that's most of our time. You're bringing in, relationships, health. Your health gets better. Your relations get better. You get better. Your own personal relationship with yourself gets better. Plus, you bring in more money. You're able to live a better lifestyle. It's just win-win all the way around.
Yeah, and that's a good spiral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better, like everything. Like literally got a friend request when I went to school with, and he was like, "What's happened to you? Like you look younger now than we did when we were at school." Is that? And I was just like, and I literally said, "You know what? I'm just really happy, and I think that's it." And but the happiness comes from like all this money doesn't buy happiness stuff and all that. I mean, I'm sure you've got some opinions on that. Like that face, like. It is that feeling, and it's an energetic feeling that's quite hard to describe, but that's a really good way of you've really put into words what's happened to me, particularly over the last 18 months. Like literally 95% of the time I'm at work, I'm totally in this ridiculous sense of like bliss.
Yeah.
Because I love it so much. I absolutely love, I literally love it so much. Like, I literally can't wait. You know, when I get up, I was talking about that this morning, but when I get up and I come to work, I'm just like, now I'm happy.
Yeah.
And it's almost like sometimes at the weekends, I'm like, not as happy right now because I'm not in that zone, you know, and it's great. And I think it's really, when you've done what we've both done, which has gone from very much negative money into lots of positive, wonderful money, but you can feel the shift, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. And the more you stay in that bliss, the more money you'll attract. And then making money, as you can tell now, is easy. It's not difficult for you to make money. It just comes. And you're like, huh? It's so easy, and it's not hard work, and it's really high vibrational money, which is the best part, because you know you're benefiting everyone around. And money is always, remember, money's like a river. It's a flow. It's not a physical thing that you just hold on to, because money comes to you, but it flows to others. All the people that you're paying for, in terms of the team you're hiring, you know, when you go to a restaurant, you're paying money. When you go on your holiday, you'll be paying money. It's money's flowing through you. You don't keep it.
No.
You don't lock it up. It has no benefit. So look at the number of people who are benefiting because the money's flowing through you. It's just allowing greater flow through you, and just being open to it, and just allowing the bliss to happen.
I mean, you must hear loads of stuff, like you'll see it all the time in the mastermind, and you know, this feeling of like, yeah, but I just want to just have enough. I just want enough.
I have all the time.
I go back to work. I just want enough. I don't want to earn loads of money. I don't want to do 6-figure launches. I don't want to do, you know, people say that almost to like caveat it for themselves. And it's like, well, why not?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Well, but I think the problem is with a lot of people, because, and this is where I think what I'm doing really fits in. A lot of people have these really a lot of hang-ups about money, and they have negative beliefs around money, that if they have money, they'll become corrupt. If they have too much money, they'll change. If they have too much money, they'll be judged. If they have too much money, they will have to sacrifice something. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it kind of an attitude, right? So they have this thing that if money comes in their life, they'll have to sacrifice something, and they're not willing to sacrifice, or they'll change, or they become corrupt, or evil will enter their life. And they don't actually realize money doesn't have any emotions. Money is not evil. It's not good or evil. Money is just a tool. It's just energy, and you can channel it one way or another. And depending on what emotions you attach to it, it'll be high or low vibration. So it itself has no emotions. But people, this is the subconscious programming which they have, and unfortunately that holds them back. And this is why there are so many talented people in your mastermind. They're awesome. I mean, I've been one of the quiet ones because I didn't talk much, but I've been really, and they're like, oh, they're also fantastic, fabulous people, and they have such amazing services. And I was thinking, and I read those comments like, I just want to have enough. And I'm thinking, the more people you help, the only way for you to make more money is to help more people. The more people you help, more people will get more of your services, whatever it is, you know, be it in your case, like you're teaching LinkedIn. So more people will find out. So if I am able to use LinkedIn, more people in LinkedIn will find out about my services. I'm benefiting that more people. Of course, I'm making more money, but other people are benefiting. Their lives are getting richer and are getting more enriched because of my services. So when you don't actually provide a service, when you keep yourself small, you're actually doing a disservice to the world, because you're keeping your talents and your abilities hidden. Whereas you should showcase your talents and, of course, be handsomely paid. But remember, look at how many people you're helping. If you didn't provide the service, I wouldn't have the kind of, you know, the clients, leads coming to me from LinkedIn that I am at the moment. That would mean that I won't be able to provide to those sort of people who need my help.
And that's it. And that abundant mindset stuff, it's when you're not in it, it's sort of, I know there'll be people watching this thinking, I know what they'll be thinking, well, it's all right for you two, because you're doing it right. You know, you've got loads of money or whatever. It's not all right for me. And I tried to really talk about this yesterday, is like, you have to change your mindset and think, I can do this. Like, there's nothing special about us, is there? We're just normal people.
No.
Like, we've all had good bits, bad bits, good stuff happen, bad stuff happen, you know, like, you know.
We probably made more mistakes, you know, we probably made more mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. We made more mistakes because we just go for it, you know. We've both been in loads of debt and all that kind of stuff. You know, we've been single mums and all that. So there's almost like there's nothing really that you can use as an excuse to say, I can't have that, other than what's in here. So when you see somebody and you feel triggered and you think, well, that won't happen for me, that's not for me, I don't even want that, like, you know, it's almost like really go into that emotion and think about it, and think about, why is that making me feel like that, and how can I switch that into, I feel inspired, rather than I feel like that comparisonitis, like, oh, I just, you know, I can only charge £5 an hour or £50 an hour, and, you know, Helen will charge £500 an hour, and that'll never happen for me. And it's like, of course it can happen for you. It can happen for anybody. Absolutely anybody.
Absolutely. And you find the more, you probably know this as well, hon, when you charge higher fees, people value your services more. It's just, you know, and the kind of clients come to you, you know, you enjoy working with them. If you keep your services, if you value your services low, people wouldn't value your services either. If you're charging £50 an hour, and then you charge, and then you're charging £500 an hour, those people who are paying you £500 an hour, they're valuing that service, and they're getting just so much benefit. Even though you could provide the same service at 50 than 500, but £50 won't value as much. And that, unfortunately, that's the way the world works, and that's how people are.
Well, again, it's about energy and emotions attached to it, isn't it? If somebody's paying £500 to sit in front of me on Zoom for an hour, they're ready. They're invested and they're ready, and they're going to go and take the action, and they're going to get the results.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just not going to get, and don't even get me started on free. I mean, free is great, but not if you've not covered your own bases first. So I know we were saying before the call that, and how we both do a lot for, do a lot of free content, do free free freebies, free help, got free groups, and all that kind of stuff. But I always start trying to say to people, like, it's great that you want to help everyone, but you've got to help yourself first. You've got to get all your stuff lined up first, and layer. I talk about layering all the time. Layer it on. Sort out, make sure you've covered your own bases as a single person, whether you're a bloke or a woman, like, you know, as a single person, cover those bases. Because, you know, it makes me worried when people say, oh, it's all right because my husband earns £150 a year, so I only need to, you know, and it's like, oh.
No,
No, you need to cover your own bases and your children or whoever your dependents are, you know, and then go for that next layer and go next to that next layer. I'd be interested, just a couple of questions, because we've got some great feedback, by the way, on the live, lovely. Of course. So just because Lorraine's saying about she's a unique presenter and puts herself down all the time and needs to stop that and grow a pair of lady balls. What do you think about network marketing as a industry, for one? So I'm speaking at a conference in a couple of weeks. How do you think that works in terms of money mindset?
I think network marketing is great. I think it's a great place to start from. Believe it or not, I actually started off in network marketing, and that's where when I wasn't sure where to start off with. This is going back 10 years now. When I had my daughter, I went with the Herbalife, and I think it's a great industry. It's a great place to learn, because that is the one place we realize everyone's selling the same product. Everybody's selling the same product. For you to stand out, you have to value yourself. The only difference between you and the person on the stage who's making the 10 figures, 20 figures a month, is the self-belief and being able to take action. That's it. So it literally is getting the deep end of personal development. So I think network marketing is great. But also, I think if you don't have an idea, if you don't know where to start, it's a great place to start, because if you are with the right mentors, they can guide you. You can do X, Y, and Z, because it's all about replicating the results. Do X, Y, and Z, and you will get A, B, and C, right? And then you're looking at this much income and that much income. If you start doubting yourself, if you start putting yourself down, like, well, this will never happen for me, this is where all your limiting beliefs will come and hit you like a shabam.
Yeah, because there's nothing different between you and the next guy, is there?
There isn't.
The same stuff with the same opportunity.
Network marketing is great, because you'll have somebody on there. Like, I remember in Herbalife, there was a lady on the stage, and she's on the Diamond, whatever the place it was, I can't remember now. And she used to be a secretary. Like, she was a secretary who's, with a lot less education than I had, but she persevered. In 20 years' time, she's there. She's earning, like, I don't know, 7 figures a month or something crazy, like crazy amount of money. So, I mean, that is, she's been doing it for 20 years and consistently, whatever else, and it's compounding effect. Compounding effect works in every field, right? Yeah. But you have to get started. With Herbal, with any network marketing company, which is, by the way, a good one. You have to research, make sure it's a good one. Have a good one, then you can actually go in and make, start with your career. And it's a great place to start learning because all your limiting beliefs will come to surface without a doubt. Your self-worth and your all your hang-ups about whether you can speak and public speaking. I'm a lawyer. I'm trained as a barrister, so I'm learned. Speaking in public should be my, I should know like the back of my hand. I'm so used to speaking on my feet. I don't even now when I do my lives, I don't prepare. But I remember when I went into that sort of area, I thought, oh, I can't stand on stage and talk to these people because all your hang-ups come up. It's, when I'm talking about law, I'm talking about law, I'm not talking about my ideas or my business. In network marketing, you really do have to sell yourself to sell the product.
That's great. Give me some content there for my talk I'm doing. So I don't prepare either. I just make it up as I go along. Great. Oh, that's fantastic. So what's coming up for you then? What's the next thing that people can get involved in?
Oh, great. So it's great that we've been talking about limiting beliefs or all of this, because I am doing a fabulous thing, which I'm super excited about. I am running a 5-day challenge called Limiting Beliefs Unplugged, which I think is I came up with the name. I'm so proud of the name.
Like it, yeah.
Limiting Beliefs Unplugged. And we start on the 25th of March. There's no opt-ins, no sign-ups. I've just gone, just come along to my group, which is called Magnanimous Money Mindset Facebook group. It's a free group. And in that group, starting on the 25th of March, every single day, I will go through 10 limiting beliefs that you have, the top 10 limiting beliefs that working with hundreds of clients. I've come up with them. I've come up with 101 limiting beliefs, but I'm picking up 50 top from those. And every single day, I will go through 10 limiting beliefs that you have, or most people have. And you may not resonate with every single one, but I guarantee you resonate with at least 60 to 70% of them. So 6-7 of those you definitely resonate with. And I will also simultaneously, I'll give you the belief, and then I'll give you the substitute belief to actually install instead. So what we're going to do is actually remove the negative ones and replace it with the positive ones. Because remember, you have to replace the only way. How do you switch? How do you get rid of darkness? You switch on the light. And how do you switch on the light? You replace it with a positive one.
Nice, very nice. So no opt-ins, no sign-ins. They can come and do that free 5-day challenge.
They just at the moment I do everything off the cuff, and I should have an opt-in page, but I haven't got myself right because I've been very honest, very upfront. And I thought, whatever, just come along to the Facebook group, and that's enough anyway, because that's where the challenge is happening. Yeah. Magnanimous Money Mindset. And but I'm just so psyched out because I know people people need this, and I'm just super psyched about it.
So Laura's saying, does this work even for old women?
It works for regardless. And by the way, the fact that you're calling yourself an old is a limiting belief. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was saying, when we were little, Helen, we're exactly the same age, so I can say this. When we were little, 40 sounded old.
Yeah,
didn't
I remember my mum being 40. Yeah,
and I'm thinking, oh my god, that's so old. My kids call me old. They're like, Mum, you're 40-year-old, right?
My mum's the same. My kids are the same.
So age is such a number, and this day and age, we have 100. I was looking at the age thing. For us to live to 100, 110 is going to be very normal, very normal. Now, how healthy we are, it depends on how our lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So, what is old? So, old used to be 40 when when we were 10, 20. Now 40, I'm not even middle age yet, because middle age is now 50, right?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by old? So the first thing, old is not a number. Second, and I'm gonna give the example of I can't remember his full name, but the KFC owner, the founder of KFC. He started that at 65. And one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich, was, by the way, it's the Bible. I think everyone should read. Everyone should read. And I do go through that constantly. I love Napoleon Hill. He talks about the fact that most of the multi-billionaires that he actually interviewed, they did not hit their the breakthrough until 40.
Yeah.
So 40 is a magic number. By the way, you're also way known about magic numbers, right? The people who actually had the major breakthroughs, the Carnegie, the Ford, and so forth, 40 was a number. So what are you classifying as old? I have clients who are, one of my clients is 65, and I think he's young as ever. He's, and he's so vibrant. And if you see him, oh my God, he would give 30-year-olds in run for the money. He's, so vibrant. He swims like 10 kilometers. I'm like, dude, how do you do that, right? So it's, again, the mere fact that you're calling yourself old is a limiting belief. It's a limiting ideology. And by the way, if you believe you're old, you are. If you think
that's it. Yeah, exactly. If you believe you're poor, you are. If you believe you're rich, you are. Yeah. My favorite money mantra ever comes from Denise, who I'm sure you know, Denise Duffel Thomas. Is I love money and money loves me.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like I have a very good love affair with money. And it's great, and I love it, and I appreciate it, and I enjoy it, and I spend it, and I earn it, and it's just, like you say, it's just energy, isn't it? It's just energy.
I mean, I love you said that. I go a step further. I talk about this on a couple of my lives. People think I'm a bit weird when I say this, but I think I have treated money as a friend, and that's how you should. You can treat it as a lover if you want to, but I treat it as my best friend. So I personified my money. My money is this voluptuous, sexy, highly intelligent, witty, this goddess. Okay, so Lakshmi, like the Indian goddess, right? So she's this goddess, but she's Greek goddess. She comes in with this, with the leaf crown or whatever. And so she's this amazing entity. And that's why, actually I do teach about talking to your, personifying and then talking, because then you can voice out your issues and you can have them, come back. So it's a technique which I use too. But overall, you should treat money as your best friend, because guess what? When you love your best friend, you're not worried about you're not begging for their attention. You're like, oh, please, hang around me. You just know that your friend loves you, right? You love your friend loves you. You want to go, you want to hang out? Yeah, let's go hang out. Let's go for a tea. Let's go for coffee. Let's go for drinks, right? That's how money should be. Money should come and hang out with you. Money should come and stay with you. Come and come over for a visit. Let's come, come for a couple of days. That's how your relationship with money should be. It shouldn't be like, oh no, please come. No, then you're needy. That's nobody wants. And your best friend is not going to treat you. Your best friend will come around and slap you and say, woman, wake up. What's wrong with you? I love you. I'm going to be here. Don't do this, right? I'll be back soon. I'm going. Like, remember when she's going, she's going to come back. And that's how you should view when you pay money. That's so important. Money has to flow through. So when you pay your bills, bless them. Yeah, it's coming. It's gonna come back.
I love it. I love paying tax. I'm like, great. Means I've earned loads of money.
Exactly. That's something else. Tax is great, which means if I have to pay that much tax, it means I have to make twice as much to pay that much tax, right? Yeah. So again, bless it. So treat money as your best friend and allow it to come and stay as you would your best friend.
Yeah. Don't try and hold it hostage.
No.
Not let a tiny little bit out. That's it. I'm like, people say to me, oh, you need to be doing this with your money, and I'm just like, listen, there's plenty more where it's coming from. It's fine. Just flowing. It's flowing. It'll flow in the right places. It knows what it's doing. I'm just kind of like you say, like you would with your best mate. You won't try and control it.
No.
Control it. You just be like, she's doing her own thing. She knows what she's doing. Like you say, she loves me. She'll come and go, and it's all good. So it's great. And I think one of the things is money mindset's fantastic. You have to combine it with action, obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing which really bugs me is when people think that they can have, about manifestation and law of attraction. Well, this is what the movie The Secret did.
Money's coming.
Sit in a room, chant affirmations, and the money's going to fall magically into your lap. That's not going to happen, people. Just, seriously, news break. That's not going to happen. You have to take action. However, I'm not in favor of someone like Gary Vee either. I mean, he's a great guy and whatever. But if you're hustle, you'll just get a burnout. That doesn't work either. You have to find a happy medium where you are actually taking inspired action. If you take action all the time, which is not productive, that's useless.
Yeah.
Inspired action and think, step back and think, what is the best step for me to do? Ask your intuition, get into it. Ask your intuition, ask your higher self, what's the next step for me to do? But take those inspired actions and allow abundance to flow for you and expect it. That's something else. Expect money to come to you, because why wouldn't it?
Exactly. Why wouldn't it? Exactly. I love it. This is so good. I could literally talk about this stuff all day long. Absolutely. So in terms of you into my world, how did we get introduced? How did we find out about each other?
I don't know. I think I came across one of your ads, and LinkedIn has been all my business. But I built a 6-figure business all on Facebook, and I've been on LinkedIn for quite some time, and I've got a very large phone, like 11,500, something crazy. And I've never used it. I just go in there, just post every now and again, and I've not got a single lead from it. So I knew I had to change that, and I wanted to use that LinkedIn as a way of a platform to get leads. And your ad popped up. So I do believe when the student's ready, the teacher appears, and teacher can be in any form. So I thought that's because I asked the universe, so universe, tell me, what am I supposed to do with LinkedIn? The very day, I think that day or the very next day, I think your ad popped up. And I thought, oh, okay. And I'm one of those people that I take action immediately. Yeah. So I thought I joined in, I said, okay, fine. And I also, obviously I'm an energy healer, so I can read energy. I loved your energy. So popped along, and as soon as you said the offer, it wasn't even a question. I thought, yeah, I'm joining. And I signed. I think I was one of the first people to sign up.
Yeah, was like, done.
Yeah, done deal. And then I left them. Okay, whatever. And then I've got other things, and I've only implemented. I think honestly, and I want to be the worst students, because I've got another business that I've set up, which is going to bring me another probably multiple six figures by the end of April. So that was set up separately. That's around 4x. So I was so busy with that I actually didn't implement that many of your strategies. I kid you not. But I think I must have done about 10%, and I'm already getting leads. So this is how powerful your strategies are. I've done 10%, people. All I've done is changed my headline, and I started posting videos where you said and whatever, and I'm already getting leads. And which is like amazing. So I should go back and implement more, and I will be doing implement more.
But that's good, isn't it? About like, it's almost like, there you go, that's the universe in action. You know, like, I want to attract fantastic clients to me who are absolutely on my wavelength, who get what I do, who love what I do, who have got the right energy, who have got no quibble about signing up, who are just going to fall into my lap and send me the money, do the work and get the results. And that's it. And that's what's happened with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, high vibrational people like that come together. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's an absolute no-brainer.
I mean, it was. I mean, I think that's something else that you need to know, that I do believe that investing in myself, and I also believe that you work with the right people, the right mentors. And when it comes to money, I think I'm the best I know, honestly, hands down. I think that's my personal confidence. But other things in terms of I'm working with one of your other, actually Phil, I'm going to be working with hopefully soon. I'm going to have a chat with them in areas that I don't know. I'm happy to learn about, and the area that you're an expert in, I'm happy to be a student and learn from you.
Yeah, and that's it. And being open to new things and not thinking, oh, I know everything about everything. And
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Success is great, but there's all more to have, and there's all other people who know more stuff. And I just think we live in an amazing time where the opportunities are there for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we've got technology, we've got, you know, this kind of life, this online coaching training world that we're in, where literally anybody with a phone and an internet connection and skill and knowledge can go, and as long as they're doing, like, say, good in the world and you're adding value to your clients, you can go and you can scale a business where everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my business. Everybody wins. Like you say, I'm winning every day. My clients are winning every day. My team are winning every day. And it's just kind of like everybody wins. It's not about, I need to make money for me. It's like, it's all about, like, anybody can do this. It's not exclusive to people who've got something specific inside them at all.
No. I mean, I think, but I really believe that every single person has an amazing talent, a unique talent.
Yeah.
What's unique to you is just special about you, Helen. What's unique to me is special about me. And every single person will have that. And I would encourage, I think that's the way I love the online space, and I love the fact that we are living in these times. We're able to cultivate those talents for our clients and for other people and our friends as well. I mean, I encourage every single person, look deep within and see, what is it that you want to do, and what is it that you can bring to the world, and how can you help people with it, with your talents? And that's the beauty of this day and age, isn't it? Everybody has unique talents, and we can bring it and you showcase it. I mean, your mastermind itself, your LinkedIn mastermind, there are so many amazing people in there who have amazing talents, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And that's one of the things about What Would Helen Do, is to create a space for all the other stuff as well, you know, where I can bring in experts. Like, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to do a training for What Would Helen Do. I mean, what's the training going to be called?
It's going to be called 3 Steps to Cash Flow Mastery. It's it's my secret sauce. I teach how you can use the money you already have coming in, and you spend it in a particular way, and you use these tools and strategies to change your energy around money so you can bring in more money. The idea is to bring in more money and more money for you to become a money magnet. Now, when you start off initially, you have hang-ups like, oh, well, I don't have enough money, I can't do this, and money's not enough. And you start off struggling with, with how much money you have, because you don't have enough money to, there's always too much month at the end of the money, normally, for most people.
Mm-hmm.
With this tool, it's called 3 Steps to Cash Flow Mastery. We're going to use the same amount of money that's coming to you, and we're going to make you a money magnet.
Ooh, lovely. I'm going to be watching that one, definitely. Right, we're going to get that filmed and put in the vault for the What Would Helen Do people. Gull's in the mastermind. If you want to go and post in there about your challenge, that's cool. Somebody's put your group link already. Abby Flack's already put your group link in the comments.
Oh, so thank you so much.
Saved us a job. Fantastic. And Lorraine says she doesn't think she's got any talent, so she definitely needs to get into your group, doesn't she, and get onto
it. I mean, one thing that making money, Hannah, I just want to get this across to every single person. I want to get this point across. Making money is not difficult, especially in this day and age, Hannah. Like, look at the way we have phone. You don't even need a laptop. Just have a phone, and you've got PayPal. PayPal's easy to set up. PayPal and a phone, and that's it. You're good to go. Right? You're good to go to start off with. And as money starts coming in, and it will come in, you can add in a few other bits and bobs like Zoom and a few other, and they're not very expensive. They're really, really cheap. Before, when you set up a business, you need like 10,000, 20,000 pounds. Now you can literally start with bootstraps. I did. I'm not sure if you did, but I know I did. I started literally with bootstraps. And
God, yeah, of course. Yeah, but we've got Facebook, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Instagram, we've got all these things. They're all free.
Yeah, exactly. And they, I mean, I think I hands down, I think anybody who wants to know how to get leads from LinkedIn, I kid you not, I've done 10% of Helen's work and I'm getting leads. 10% people, right? So well, she knows her stuff. So go and get help from the experts when you need on a particular area, Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever else, and then actually implement. I think the key here is you have to implement those strategies.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get out there. Yeah. You have to put yourself out there, and that's one of the things. Like £99 thing is one of my things. You do that because it's something that people can get their head around when they're really, really like stuck in procrastination and overwhelm, and they think, I need all those things. I need a big Facebook group. I need this. I need that. I need lead magnets. I need landing pages. I need a branding. I need all that kind of stuff. It's like just do your £99 thing. Post it in groups on promo day. Like say, do Zoom for an hour, charge £99, get it in your PayPal, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I can make 300 quid this week by doing 3 hours work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then you can start doing all the other stuff as well. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't get up and think I want to go and do like a 225 grand launch at all. I just thought I need to make a couple of grand. So I'm going to sell 20 of these £99 things. And that's how I started. And you just have to let it evolve from there, like you say, and take an inspired action. Yeah. So when one of the big shifts for me was when I was kind of like, so I can make £99 an hour. Bear in mind, I'd only ever charged £50 an hour before. And before that I was charging like, I don't know, whatever I got paid in work, like £7.50 an hour. And I was like, so I can make £99 an hour. Imagine if I could make £1,000 an hour. And that was a question I thought, how could I make £1,000 an hour? And that's when I thought I'll do a paid webinar, and I sold it at £99, and I got like 20 odd people on. So I did it was like £2,800 in an hour. And I was just like, oh, that's how I can make money. And it's just, you're always evolving, aren't you?
Yeah.
And every time you ask those, what I call expansive questions, just like you say, asking you, how could I do that? Like, how am I going to make, like I set out to do 1 million this year. It's like, how is that going to happen? And then when you sort of think about that, and then you think about who do I need to make that happen, and what do I need to make that happen, and then start put a plan in place, but then you got to execute it.
Absolutely. But I love what you just said. I love what you just said. And this is one of the things that I think most people miss. Instead of thinking, I can't make $1 million this year, you think, okay, how can I make it? What can I do to make it? And these are the key questions. When you ask a question from the universe, you get an answer. I kid you not. You always get an answer. Whether you're listening or not, whether you hear or not, is your choice, right? That's such a beautiful question to ask. So how can I make $1 million this year? I had that. I made across the 6 figures last year. I thought I want to cross 6 figures in the first quarter, and I'm on point to cross 6 figures in the first quarter. And I was thinking, okay, how can I do it? Same question. How can I do it? How?
You have to have all the answers, but you've got to ask the question.
Yeah, and then when you hear the answers, be ready to take the extra. And obviously, it's going to make you uncomfortable. It will put you out of your comfort zone. Every time you go on to the next level up, you're going to go through the income, the threshold barrier, and that's going to be uncomfortable. And be prepared for it.
Yeah, and that's it. And don't let it stop you. I was just talking on my live this morning because I write my goals on the mirror, and I've got my $1 million+. But I also in my next launch, with the goal is 350k, but my stretch goal is 450. So like Phil wants it to stay at 350 now, and it's at 4 because he's like knows all the systems and stuff. But I literally had to. I wrote it on my mirror, and I literally stood in front of it. I listened to a whole song, and I stood in front of it for 4 minutes, and I really breathed it in. And I was like, I really did, and I felt it, and I felt all the things that were coming up. When I looked at it, and I looked at myself, and I looked at it, and I looked at myself, and it was like, this is what a woman looks like who does a 450k launch. And how is this going to feel, and how am I going to impact these people?
I love that.
What's it going to mean for me and for the children? What am I going to do? What am I going to buy? What am I going to have? Where am I going to go? And I really, really stepped into it. And I think it made me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But because I didn't stop, I didn't think, oh, that feels weird, wipe it off, or just distract myself with something. I let those feelings come up. And I sat with them or stood with them, and I breathed in them, and I looked myself in the eye, and I let them come up anyway. And then I felt it shift into a sort of an anticipation and an excitement and an acceptance that it was inevitable. I think what a lot of people do is they feel that feeling and they're like, oh, stuff that back down. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go and eat. I'm going to go and have a drink. I'm going to go and do some like busy work instead of like actually standing with it. And I think it's that up leveling is painful. You know, it's painful. It will trigger everything.
It is. It will trigger so much. And and I think the you just hit the nail on the head. People don't stay in that uncomfortable feeling, and it will be really, really uncomfortable. There's a saying by, I think Tony Robbins says a lot, that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's so true. You have to, if you're constantly leveling up, you have to constantly get used to it. And Napoleon Hill talks about this extensively in the book, his Think and Grow Rich. You have to get uncomfortable to constantly, because if you don't, you'll be stagnant. You won't be growing. The only time you grow is when you are, every time you're growing, you're having growth pains, and you have to be uncomfortable. And your self-worth will have to evolve and increase. You'll go from someone who's earning 200,000 to somebody who's earning 350,000 or 450,000. And that is a major shift. And that is a growth of your own self-worth, which is the hardest thing to do. People don't realize how hard this is. Most of it is actually about self-worth and whether I'm worth it. And you say I'm worth it, but not superficially, but if you really mean it, I'm worth it. I deserve it. I can do it because the knowledge I bring to the table is worth it.
It's a big expansion. And like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, first world problems, whatever, but it is difficult as well. And it can be really challenging. Having money doesn't mean everything goes away. Money brings its own challenges. Of course it does. Of course it does. Things, you've changed as a person, which means that people around you change or they react to you differently. And all the kind of upper leveling stuff happens. Like, I got I hurt my foot, I've fallen out with people and I'm not well and all that kind of stuff. All that is all part of that huge shift in energy for you to go to that next thing.
I think that's another thing. I mean, as an energy healer, I recognize that a lot. So if you are up-leveling and you do it really quickly, sometimes, when you go for a detox, you go through a detox, you the first few days you feel really, really sick and icky, you may even vomit, okay? Yeah. That is your body going through a detox. That's what happens when you up-level also, energetically speaking. Yeah. So you do feel sick, and sometimes physically sick, and I have had this happen to me. When I was up-leveling, I'm a very healthy person. I hardly ever fall sick. But then I kept falling sick. I had this flu come up and this come up, and I'm like, why am I falling sick now? And then I realized because I'm up-leveling, I'm getting rid of the toxic energy. And as you do, as it leaves your body, you feel the physical symptoms. So that's one thing. Now coming back to the point about other people, I really believe that when your vibration changes, you cannot stay in this, you cannot up-level a vibration and stay with the same crowd. It's not that you're giving them up or you're falling out with people. It's just they're no longer willing, unless they're willing to travel with you. Yeah. Your tribe does change. And Oprah Winfrey talks about this extensively, and I really do agree with her. I've seen this happen in my life. You don't fall out of people, you just are in different vibrations. So as you're up-leveling, if they don't follow, then they no longer have that connection with you anymore because you're in a different vibration. Yeah. And you have to accept that, because then if you accept that and allow people to be where they are and give them the freedom of choice to, okay, you choose to be where you are, but I'm choosing to up-level, then you'll find you'll attract more people and friends who are on the similar vibration, on the same level as you.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And it's all an evolution we process. And I always say to people, like, all this stuff is difficult, but what's more important? What is really more important to you? Is it your future and your family's future? Yeah. Or is it like this sort of temporary thing? It's funny what you said about physical. Before I went to Thailand, which was a big up level for me, because I was going on my own. I was traveling halfway across the world. I was doing going to meet 75 other entrepreneurs, and I was physically sick. Yeah. For 2 days. Yeah. To the point where I thought I had food poisoning, but I don't think I did. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when I came back and I was just getting ready for this launch, I hurt my toe, didn't I? And it's that next step, isn't it? It's next step stuff, and it's kind of like, I know all this stuff is going to happen, but still when it happens, I'm like, oh yes, that's what this is.
Yeah, it's all part and parcel, and it's all part and parcel. And honestly, I always see as a physical validation, like, oh my God, okay, so this is a validation that I'm in the right direction, I'm going in the right way, and things are changing for me. And you need to let go of old baggage, and it's like, okay, fair enough. If this is my energy saying, okay, let's get rid of it quickly, and you find when you get rid of it slowly, it's not as intense. It's when you up level quickly, when you get rid of quite a lot of energy, negative energy quickly, that is when you get sick. That's when you're like, oh, physically sick. Like, oh, okay, fair enough then. But it's a small price to pay, because you know and you find once that level, that phase is passed, your health actually improves. Your health actually gets better. So the comment that you get at the moment, I get that I look younger now than I did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's the point, because the happier you are, the more abundance energy you bring into your physical body, into your physical being, the younger you will appear. You know, without even trying to, Botox or whatever else there's out there at the moment. But anyway.
Yeah, I've not succumbed to any of that yet, but I'm not ruling it out. Right, okay, fantastic. Oh my God, I could talk to you all day, but I literally can't talk to you all day because I know you've got another call, and so bye. So I just want to say thank you. It's amazing. Obviously, I just love it. I could swim in the pool of money mindset all day. But hopefully everyone watching, we've had lots of people watching and a few good comments and stuff. We can have a look at that. Just please go and check Gull out. It's absolutely amazing. I can't wait for us to do some more work together and just hang out together, because it's just all good fun. So we will be doing the training, and we'll put it in What Would Helen Do. Gull is in the LinkedIn Mastermind if you want to speak to her. And you have got your 5-day challenge, which is happening in your group, which is called
Magnanimous Money Mindset.
And we have got the link in the comments. Right, this is going to get recorded and put in the vault as well. So thank you so much for today, and I will see you soon.
Thank you so much, Helen.
All right, darling. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye, everybody.